Sam Lisone's elbow onto Ollie Russell. So let's get into this, Karl. This is a big talking point with two clear sides. People are split on this. What's your take?
The people's elbow, I think it's been referred to online as well, not just an elbow. Yeah, look, he took it in, didn't he, as he does like a wrecking ball.
Absolute ball, yeah.
Lifted his elbow slightly. I've got to say slightly.
I don't think there's a slightly. I think he definitely lifts his elbow, but it's the timing of the connections.
Yeah, hang on. Right, if you've got a ball and you're running, how the hell are you meant to run without lifting your arms?
No. No, that's not what I'm saying. You're saying he lifted his elbow slightly. Now, straight away, people are going to go, no, he didn't lift his elbow. The strike might have been upper part of his chest, but eventually his elbow...
Let's just get into it then, straight off.
Right.
Do you think it was an illegal act? Do you think it was a yellow card or a red card?
I think potentially a yellow card. I don't think it was a red card because I think he struck bicep to the upper part of the chest. Whether he made contact with the head, I don't know. There's definitely like a head rock. But I just think, like, sometimes I look at stuff and I look at, like, the inverse of stuff. So instead of looking at what did happen, what didn't happen, right? Now, Ollie Russell is still with us, okay? He's still conscious. He's not in a freaking... Now, I think if Sam Lisone, the pace that he was moving, with the force that he struck Ollie Russell with, if it had connected with his chin or anything above that, he would have been cleaned out and it was, and that didn't happen. He continued with the... Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking how tough Ollie Russell is. He's a tough little cookie, right? But I'm saying he wasn't absolutely cleared out with a broken jaw. Okay, so... I don't think it was as bad as the people that want it to be is. I think there is a real strong
fans.
Yeah, I think there is a real strong talking point as to the rules of the law.
There's a few talking points there, isn't there?
Yeah, but my take on it is, I think in the good of the game, it was close. It was very close and could have been much, much worse. Therefore, yellow card, right? Not a red.
Tend to agree with you, actually, because...
For the first time ever.
Yeah, for the first time ever on one of Williams' weekly rants. Like I said, if you're running in full pelt, there's no way you can keep that arm down. And
no, and I agree.
Anybody's going to brace for impact when you've got three players about to smash you, essentially. I don't think he intentionally lifted his elbow.
No malice.
No, I don't think there was any malice there. So, yellow card, I probably agree with you. It should have been a yellow card. The next talking point...
Well, can I just put in there? So I saw a comment on Ollie Russell's tweet, actually, which we'll talk about in a bit, no doubt. Right, and if you go on the internet, there's a load of clips of Sam Lisone doing a similar thing on other players and just leaving them on the floor. This is part of his game.
Yeah.
Right. So in your hit sheet the week before, identify that and don't fucking put your head anywhere near Sam Lisone's elbow because he's gonna hit you. He's gonna hit you with the arm, and in the process of bumping you off, that elbow's coming up. Sort your tackle technique out because he will wipe you out. I don't know what my point is there, but I'm just saying, that's what he does. It's part of his game. So players need to kind of adapt a little bit to it.
Yeah. Next bit that we got to mention, obviously, the on-field decision. There was nothing given.
Well, there was no decision because they can't make a decision, can they?
Yeah, okay. So this is the point. Everybody saw it on the screen because a try came not long after, moments after there was a try.
Yeah.
Obviously, everybody saw it up on big screen. Everyone's calling for him to be sent off.
Well, not everyone.
Okay. All the Huddersfield fans are calling for him to be sent off, right?
Yeah.
So should we be making video ref decisions that go back and look over old footage, or do you think it's a case of no, it was missed on the field, therefore it just gets reviewed in the match review panel after?
Yeah, it's a tough one because we were speaking last week. I think Williams' week last week is like play acting. Do we need to cut it out now?
Don't get me started on Liam Marshall.
Well, but the play acting is something we need to get right. I actually think John Wilkin made a great point. Right, the rules need to be changed where the video referee can interfere, or not interfere. I think the reason why he can't is because of the idea of interference with the flow of the game.
Yeah, you can't do that.
It'd just be crackers. But in the same token, if it was deemed strong enough to be a yellow card, he should have at least had 10 minutes on the bench to cool down, or for the situation to cool down. Right,
okay, so I'm going to put this to you. Right, your video referee. So you'd go through, talking through how you would do, there's no mitigating circumstances, blah, blah, blah. Your video referee, right? Leeds have just scored 3 tackles before he hit him with the elbow.
Well, 3 tackles is too much, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's the next stop in play.
No, it's not. Cause
hang on. So that's the next stop in play.
No, because once a tackle's made, that's a stop in play.
No, it's not a stop in play. The game's so fast that it's not a stop in play.
Right.
So Leeds scored. Try's been given. Do you then
chalk off the try?
Yeah, or do you just have a word in the referee's ear? There was an illegal hit. He's got to go off for 10 minutes.
Yeah, you see, you can't, can you? Because then you've got to chalk off the try. Because then there's been a penalty that would have affected the game. And they've gone on and scored.
Right, okay.
It's tough, isn't it?
So you're keeping him on, right? You that's your decision. You're keeping him on. Sam Lisone is now going to play for the next 60 minutes. But if you'd have made that decision, it'd have been in the bin. So you're now affecting the rest of the game.
I know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a real tough one. What about you? What do you think?
I think he should have still gone. I think the try should stand because I don't think you can ever really stop the flow of play. But if you have seen, I don't know. I mean, I'm questioning myself now.
No, I thought I had this nailed, but I'm questioning. When you start playing it out and you look at different circumstances,
I don't think you can chalk a try off, can you? Something that's happened 3 plays before.
Well, you can if it was scored. Because on the result of foul play.
How far do you go back?
Exactly.
That's the question.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying 3 tackles is too much.
Well, maybe we've got to put this out to people in the comments then.
Well, I mean, people are talking about it now, you know what I mean? But, it does deserve some deeper thought than just, should have been off, booing for the rest of the game.
Which they did.
Anyway, fundamentally, right, I think if it had been... Well, here's the other talking point. If Ollie Russell had stayed down, then he would have been, I think he would have walked.
Actual full respect to Ollie Russell for not staying down because of what we spoke about last week, about players play acting and staying down for penalties. You got to commend him for what he did. He just got on with the game. He's not a player that's been built to lay on the floor just to get a penalty. So, yeah, he put a tweet out, didn't he, after the match? Just bring it up on screen now, basically saying, it's not in his game, and I respect him for that.
Yeah, he's the hero of this.
Yeah,
he's the hero of this sort of thing. We're talking about the elbow and whether it was a thing and all this, but there's an absolute hero there, and he's just one of the interesting talking points. I think what I don't want this to become is like a big negative for the game. Do you know what I mean? Like people going, the game's shit, the game's gone soft and all that. No, it hasn't. We've got to iron these issues out, to progress. That's progress.
Yeah.
But, there's a lot of rugby league fans where it's just like very fatalist. Something's not quite right or something goes wrong and that's it. The game's doomed, and it's like, that's
the standard rugby league fans answer.
I know, but this is what I'm saying. This shouldn't be.
This is the reason we never get big sponsors and things like that because there's so much negative.
Yeah.
Eddie Hearn said it, didn't he? He said like rugby league's biggest problem is its fans. Because he says even the fans want it to fail. He says it's just crazy.
Yeah, we do. It is like a bit of a race to the bottom. But
anyway, we were talking about players faking injuries. That was sort of a hot topic last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Ollie Russell, fair play to him. He didn't. He just got up and got on with it. Did you see the Liam Marshall incident this week?
Yeah, I did see it.
You see him dip his own head into the floor to get a penalty. That's what he did.
Yeah.
He knew he was...
Well, it's what it looked like he did.
Well, it looked like he did to me, and I've watched it. He knew he was getting tipped slightly over the horizontal, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
He was going to get put down fairly safely. I'm pretty certain he stuck his head out into the ground to make it look worse than it did.
But it was, it's desperate.
This is a ball carrier, just didn't like it at all. I spotted it straight away. I was like, he's done that on purpose. But Burgess said that in the presser after. He said, how can we be getting a player sent to the sin bin when essentially the ball carrier has put himself in a dangerous position?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't like it.
Yeah, definitely some interesting talking points there and interesting incidents and two sides of the same coin, really. You had one player, absolute hero, that's like refuses to go down, getting belted by a 150 kilo bloke. And then you've got another player putting themselves into a dangerous position to win the penalty. That I've spoke about this terminology, win the penalty. That you shouldn't be win the penalty. You should be awarded a penalty because of foul play. You shouldn't win it. It's not a competition to go out there and, this ain't.
Yeah.
We refuse to talk about this sport normally, but it ain't football. You know what I mean? However, sorry.
Bleep that out.
Yeah. Anyway, so should we crack on? Have we?
Yeah, we've killed that off.
Well, I mean, there's no real answer, have we?
No.
It is a complicated situation, and there's a couple of things that needs to happen. One is we can't reward play acting. Hence, got to encourage players not to sort of, stay down and all that kind of thing. However, we also need to eradicate those moments where it is kind of dodgy. Now, the start of the season, that's like a 12-match ban, 8-match ban, something like that.
Yeah, it was at the start of the season, yeah.
We've got to have some protection for players as well. So